You finish campus, you realize that out here, you have to decide for yourself on what you want to do with your life. And so what do? You start working, you either wake up, go to work, come back home, sleep, or watch a show on Netflix or on your TV, and you sleep, and the cycle continues. So you find that every day you are in that same cycle. Come back, wake up, go to work, work, home, TV, or your phone, and sleep. But is that really a good cycle? Is that a fulfilling life? It's not really a fulfilling life, in my opinion, because I feel like we are more than just going to work and coming to our phones, to our TV, and sleeping. Hello, and welcome yet to another episode of Your Purpose with Edda. This is a platform we have all conversations in relation to purpose and personal development. Welcome again. If it is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are glad to have you as a new member of this community, and I am glad that you have chosen to be in this space where we have all conversations about personal development. And that what that shows me is that you are taking your personal development seriously and you want to identify your purpose, or you want to continue growing in your purpose. So welcome, and to the community, welcome again. This is another episode, and we are going today to talk about hobbies. Let's begin. Do you guys remember when we were in school, in primary school, in high school, mostly in actually in our primary school and in high school? So you would realize that we were involved in different kind of activities. Like if we finish our classes in the evening, we could go for runs, or even we could participate in different activities, or we could also be involved in things like debate club, or we could have different activities, games. We had different things in the school to just help us as individuals, not just grow academically, but also we had these other things that were aside from the academic thing. Now, also speaking about music festival, games, debate clubs, having different religious activities in schools and inviting all these guests to come and talk to us. Have you ever wondered why that was the case? Or why did the most of the schools in the 844 system, talking about the Kenyan system, and also I'm sure different countries have their own different things as well. But have you ever wondered why our schools put us in those different activities? Number one, it was because they wanted us to not just grow academically, but also find other things that are aligned to us as individuals, so that we could be able to engage our minds in all those areas. So we are not just growing vertically, that is academically, but also we are growing in these other areas. So if you are good with speaking, you would join, let's say, a public speaking club, or you would join a debate club. Or if you are good with football, you would join a uh, football group. If you are good with basketball, you had basketball. Or if you are good as well with music, you would join the music club or the music festival club. And you would see also people who are also good with their spirituality. They would come up and have these be sort of leaders in these specific spiritual groups in the school. And that was the entire essence, that we just do not grow academically but grow also in these other areas. And then once we have left school, you join campus, you are now by yourself. You are not being forced to go into to join all these clubs, or you are not forced to indulge yourself in all these activities. You join by your own will. And what happens? Some of us who know that we need to focus on our personal development, especially if you're in this community, what mostly could happen is that we could find activities or clubs in the universities that were providing all these areas that we loved. And for me, for example, I loved things about community service and speaking. So mostly I could involve myself in activities or in clubs that are mostly aligned with that. Like in the university that I went to, we had community outreach programs. So I joined that club because I love community service and charity, and that is what that club is specifically meant for. And I also just liked engaging with different people and just have conversation on different activities. And some other people who maybe did not know what they wanted did not get to focus on things that they enjoyed. So most of the time you would find that somebody leaves school, goes to their house, or comes to school, goes out either to party and not focus on things that actually grow themselves. And once you finish high campus, at least in campus there is a structure. In campus there is a structure, so you can be able to join these activities. You finish campus, you realize that out here you have to decide for yourself on what you want to do with your life. And so what do? You start working, you either wake up, go to work, come back home, sleep, or watch a show on Netflix or on your TV, and you sleep, and the cycle continues. So you find that every day you are in that same cycle. Come back, wake up, go to work, work, home, home, TV, or your phone, and sleep. But is that really a good cycle? Is that a fulfilling life? It's not really a fulfilling life, in my opinion, because I feel like we are more than just going to work and coming to our phones, to our TV, and sleeping. And also, that life can be boring if you're not engaging yourself in different activities. And so, this is where the hobbies come in. Hobbies are to tell you that there is this thing that is hidden you that is hidden in you that you don't know about. But if you try it, you can be able to know whether you like it or not, and you can involve yourself further. So that is where our conversation starts today, because you realize that there are so many people who are unsatisfied with their lives, and it is because they have not been able to identify what areas of my life actually give me satisfaction, or what is that thing that actually makes me happy to just give or to just involve myself in. And number one, the different hobbies could look like: you like baking. So most of the time, most of your free time, you're using it in baking. Or you like things like public speaking. Most of the time, you're maybe involved in things like Toastmasters, or you are involved in content creation, or you are also involved in just talking to people on different things, on different levels. Other different type of hobbies include things like photography, painting, drawing, dancing. What else? The games, participating in games. We have so many hobbies that we just need to look into ourselves internally and see what really resonates with me most. And sometimes you find that there are some people who actually do not know what their hobbies are, and that is okay. You just need to begin by accepting where you are and starting from where you are. Because if you do not know what your hobbies are, then it is a matter of trying to understand what could be your hobbies. Because these are the areas of our lives that help us utilize our free time wisely, and also at the same time give us satisfaction. Because what you realize is that partly our hobbies could be linked to our purpose. And if you are starting out on your purpose journey, then it could mean that you are trying to identify what are these things that give you fulfillment, self fulfillment, and you would want to focus on them more. And eventually, you might find that that was your area of purpose. So, identify what your hobby is and start doing something about it. So if you like dancing, look for a dancing school around you, or look for a dancing group around you, or rather start a dancing group around you, because sometimes you find that you have this idea in your mind but you don't know how to uh, initiate it in the area you are in, because you don't know those communities. you can be the community, you can be the one initiating that. Who say that you have to depend on somebody else in order to initiate? So you can be able to be the one who is initiating that process. Or if you do not know what your hobby is, try involving yourself in different things. So if maybe your friend tells you that maybe they are going for a basketball group meeting this weekend, try joining. Go and see, is this really basketball something that I enjoy or something that I would enjoy? Or maybe you see something on when you're scrolling on your social media of different activities in the group, in the community that you are in, and maybe you see something regarding painting. Go try out, find out whether painting is your thing, because you don't know what you like or what you enjoy. So the entire thing of trying to figure out what you enjoy is about trial and error and trying. And trying now means showing up for yourself, going for that painting, going for that dancing, going for that basketball group meeting, going, and just pushing yourself out of your comfort zone to just go and experience things and find what really resonates with you. So this is your chance that you do not have to just be going, wake up, going to work, coming back home, being on your phone and sleeping, and the cycle continues the same way. On Saturday, waking up late, or going for a party on Friday night, waking up hungover. That should not be for somebody who is in this specific community, because in this specific community we're talking about developing ourselves, growing ourselves in different areas of our lives, and that means showing up for ourselves as better humans, doing better for ourselves, that even our parents, our kids, our spouses can be able to be very comfortable with us. And so if you are trying to identify your purpose through your hobbies, one thing that you can be able to do is, first of all, write down 3 hobbies that you enjoy that give you so much fulfillment. Write that down. And secondly, try to see, is there a pattern in all these hobbies? So if you like, let's say, if maybe your top 3 are public speaking, giving advice, or motivational speeches, and content creation, is there a pattern here? The pattern could be that you are an outgoing person and you enjoy speaking to people, and it means that that could be an area that you need to focus on in terms of your purpose. And once you have identified that pattern, try to understand how you can be able to grow, or to niche down to a specific thing that you really enjoy doing that gives you so much fulfillment, and try to focus more on that. And that is how you get to identify your purpose, and how you will be able to just connect more with people in that area of purpose. Because the more you continue connecting with people in your area of purpose, the more you continue refining how you are presenting yourself out to the people, and also the more you find that you are growing, and the more you find that you are creating greater impact, because you chose yourself and you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone to go out and support yourself and grow yourself and create impact to other people. So I hope that has been helpful. Engage in a hobby, because hobbies helps us in terms of our mental state. It also helps us in our physical state. So you are gaining so much by just going out there, meeting different people. So if you're meeting different people, you could be handling your social skills, you could be handling your physical element, you could be handling your mental element, you could be handling your emotional element. So you find that you just choose one thing and you go with it, and you find that your life starts becoming wholesome, because you decided to do just this one thing. So live along this habit of just going to work, waking up, going to work, waking up, going to work, and being on your phone. We also need to try and reduce the amount of time that we are spending on our phones, and that is through engaging ourselves in hobbies. So give yourself that chance to just go out and try different hobbies. And I hope that you actually get to know what you are really good at and what gives you satisfaction. And let me also know in the comment section, have you identified your hobby, and what are your hobbies? And have you tried to find what pattern is in your different hobbies, and whether there is some alignment between your hobbies and your purpose. And continue having a good week, good weekend, good day, however you are. And let's meet here again for the next episode as we talk about personal development and purpose. Bye bye. Have a lovely day.